Breaking bad habits is deeply rooted in human psychology, as habits are driven by our brain's mechanisms for efficiency and reward. By understanding psychological principles, you can design strategies that align with how your mind works. First of all, understanding the habit loop. Cue, routine, reward. Habits are formed through a loop. A cue triggers a routine, leading to a reward. Over time, this becomes automatic. Identify the cue and replace the routine with a healthier action that provides a similar reward. For example, if stress triggers snacking, replace it with a walk. The power of dopamine. Bad habits often provide immediate gratification by triggering dopamine, the feel-good chemical. Acknowledging this allows us to work around it and trick the system. For example, treating yourself to something enjoyable but healthy when you successfully resist the urge. Behavior conditioning. Behaviors can be shaped through reinforcement or punishment. Rewarding yourself for avoiding the bad habit and setting mild consequences for indulging in it, such as reading a book or even avoiding touching your phone for a set amount of time, is a good way to ensure that you are conditioning your behavior. Recognizing cognitive dissonance. Every one of us has a set group of beliefs, values, morals, and ethics in which they go by. When your actions conflict with your values or beliefs, it creates discomfort, which in return motivates the change. Reflect on how the habit misaligns with your goals and morals. For example, I want to be healthy, but I keep smoking. This awareness can push you toward changing and walking closer towards your ideal personality. The power of identity. Your sense of self heavily influences your behavior. James Clear's concept of identity-based habits emphasizes that change starts with becoming the type of person who doesn't engage in the habit. For example, shifting your mindset. Instead of saying, I'm trying to quit smoking, say, I'm a non-smoker. Not just say it, but believe it. The role of willpower. Willpower is like a muscle that gets fatigued with overuse. Constantly resisting a habit can drain your self-control. Reduce decision fatigue by avoiding temptation altogether. For example, don't keep cookies in the house if you're avoiding sweets. Social proof and accountability. Social norms and peer influence can drive behavior. Humans always seek belonging. Surround yourself with people who exhibit the behaviors you want to adopt. Sharing your goals with supportive people is a pretty good step to start from. Exploit the Zeigarnik effect. The mind tends to remember incomplete tasks, creating a sense of unease until they are solved. Start small. Once you begin breaking a habit, your brain will want to finish the effort, increasing motivation to stick with it. Instant versus delayed gratification. Humans often favor immediate rewards over long-term benefits, even when the latter is more significant. Visualize the long-term consequences of your bad habits. Also visualize your future self when you make the right decisions in the present. Self-awareness. Habits often operate on autopilot. By bringing awareness to your actions, you can disrupt this process. Practice mindfulness meditation to increase self-awareness and observe your cravings without acting on them. The principle of gradual exposure. Sudden, drastic changes can trigger psychological resistance, which we don't want. Gradual exposure reduces this. Instead of quitting a habit abruptly and suddenly, reduce it progressively. For example, cut back on screen time by 15 minutes each day. By incorporating these psychological insights into your habit-breaking strategy, You can work with your brain's natural tendencies rather than against them, making change more sustainable and effective. Thanks for watching and thank you for your time. Consider subscribing if you want to keep up with every new video on this channel.